Hello and welcome to another edition of Bacati TV. My name's Jonty Mark, I'm the editor of Bacati, and I'm joined today by Shaun Holland, our regular English Premier League previewer. He was also here for the review this week because Sam is on leave, but he's back. He'll be back soon, I'm sure, but Shaun is with us for his regular slot this time. And we're going to start, I think, with the two league leaders, because that's where we always seem to start, but I mean, they are the teams setting the pace, especially Liverpool, who can't stop winning. Shaun in an appropriate bright orange Liverpool jacket for this recording. You're playing Leicester. Might be a tougher one than some for you, coming off the back of a rather interesting 4-3 win in the Champions League in midweek.
No, definitely. After that performance in the week against what we would say a smaller Red Bull team, Liverpool didn't defend particularly well. I mean, since Van Dijk has been part of our team, I don't think I've seen Van Dijk turned like that ever. He was left laying on the ground. So after that performance with a particularly full strength team, I don't know how they're going to perform against Leicester, because we got to keep in mind that Leicester are sitting third on the table. And obviously a win would be good for them, and that's what they want. I'm sure Brendan Rodgers would also like to come back to Anfield and get a win.
Man City are at home to a Wolves side who've been a bit disappointing so far this season. City, I mean, they had a little slip against Norwich, but they're right back on track now. They took that out on Watford. And then followed that up by beating Everton 3-1 last weekend. Always also a comfortable Champions League win for them in midweek. Can't really see anyone other than City winning that one.
No, definitely. City have been performing well, and they're definitely going to want to keep up the pace. They don't want to fall too far behind Liverpool. Another draw or loss, and that gives Liverpool an advantage that they don't want the opposition to have.
Yeah, and City are playing on Sunday. They'll probably hope that Liverpool slip up so they can catch up a bit of that gap. Chelsea are at Southampton on Sunday. Southampton lost their last two league games. So you'd think Chelsea, whose away form has actually, in some sense, been better than their home form this season, would get that one over the line. I think they will.
No, definitely, especially with the likes of Hudson-Odoi back and Tomori, given the chance, he's been taking his chance wonderfully, and Abraham obviously blanked last week along with Mount, and then it's lovely to see these young players get an opportunity under Lampard.
Yeah, Abraham, he did get a goal in the Champions League though, so he's back in scoring form. Hopefully he'll fire. The one worry, it's not really for Chelsea, it's for Christian Pulisic, who can't get in the squad. And was signed for £58 million in January, and I think he thought he'd walk into the team, but it's not happening because Frank Lampard's giving Chelsea's youngsters that came through the academy a chance, and they're doing really well. It's hard to argue when they're performing like this. Tottenham are playing Brighton in the early game tomorrow on Saturday. Tottenham got absolutely battered by Bayern Munich on Tuesday night. 7-2. Another body blow for Pochettino's side this season. It's just not happening for them, really, is it?
Yeah, something must be happening in the dressing room. The guys are unhappy. I think it's got a big part to play in it is Eriksen's failure to move to Real Madrid, because I'm sure he really wanted it, and he was somewhat the heart of the team, assisting a lot of goals and also scoring some goals. And this season they've just not been gelling, especially over the past couple of weeks. We've seen some shocking results, not only in the Champions League but in the Premier League as well.
Arsenal finally finish off with them, playing Bournemouth. Bournemouth have run quite a good run at the moment. Arsenal also have quite a few goals in them. I'm certainly not expecting a goalless draw in this one.
I think Arsenal definitely going to be relying on Aubameyang again, as always. Lacazette hasn't been firing on all cylinders. But altogether, I'd say Arsenal definitely going to win that one. They may have to battle for it, as they've previously done with some of the smaller teams, but I'm expecting them to win.
Yeah, at home they should win that one. It'll be interesting to see when the 18-year-old Brazilian striker that they've got, Martinelli, who scored another couple of goals in the Europa League in midweek, when he gets a chance in the Premier League, because he looks useful. But yeah, Aubameyang has been their main man, and he scored against Man United in the last game. So I suspect that he will come to the party again. But Bournemouth with Josh King, Callum Wilson have a couple of good strikers. They've got a good team. They've been in the Premier League for some time. They know their way around. But I still think Arsenal will win that one. Right, that's about it for another edition of Bacati TV. Just remember to like this video, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks.